Imagine growing up in a low-income, crime-infested neighborhood. Your father abandoned you and your three siblings when you were just kids, leaving your mother to care for and make money for the family. Your mom works 3 jobs for almost 24 hours a day, and still that is not enough to provide for your family. By the time you get to high school, the only thing keeping you off the streets is your implausible talents on the football field. You set records and ultimately get recruited to play at Division I on a scholarship. You're the first person in your family to go to college. However, the only thing you want to do is be able to make money by playing the sport you were put on this earth to play in order to support your family and give back to your mother, who did everything she can to get you to the point. However, there is one problem. You are not allowed to make money for playing the sport that you were recruited to play at the university. College athletes across the United States of America need to be compensated for their play as a reward for the things that they do as well as cannot do. The controversy regarding compensating college athletes has been an ongoing issue for the past few years. The NCAA is a billion-dollar industry. However, college athletes do not receive a single penny of the revenue that they bring in. According to Business Insider, a survey that was conducted concluded that student athletes spend an average of 45 hours per week on athletics. As a result, these athletes do not have enough time to focus on academics. They are also not allowed to get a job outside of school and make money. One step to solving this issue is by lifting the NBA one-and-done rule, as well as the other rules that prohibit high schoolers to skip college and go straight to the pros. 76ers guard Ben Simmons said, "The NCAA is really effed up. Everybody's making money except the players. We're the ones waking up early as hell to be the best teams and do everything they want us to do, and then the players get nothing. They say education, but if I'm here for a year, I can't get much education. I'm at LSU because I have to be here. I can't get a degree. I can't get a degree in 2 semesters, so it's kind of pointless. I feel like I'm wasting time. The athletes who are good enough to play professionally after high school should have every right to do so, allowing them to make money and support their families. On the other hand, athletes who are not ready to play professionally, or maybe they are, but they decide they want to pursue an education, should have the choice if they would like to attend a university at the next step. Most of these kids need the money, and if they have the opportunity to do so, they should have every right, because at the end of the day, what is 1 year of school going to do for them if they're already guaranteed millionaires? There are many solutions to rewarding these athletes for all the hard work and dedication that they put in to make money for their school as well as the NCAA without ruining college sports. Kyle Hardrick was once a top basketball player. Now he pulls 12-hour shifts in the oil fields near Odessa, Texas. In 2009, an incident regarding a college basketball player intensified the need for college athletes to be compensated, as well as needing more support from the extremely corrupt NCAA. Kyle Hardrick enrolled at Oklahoma University in 2009, where he was recruited to play college basketball. During a scrimmage in his freshman year, his opponent that was guarding him hit his knee and fell on him, resulting in an instant pop sound. The coaches said an x-ray came back negative, so Kyle continued playing, although the pain never seemed to go away. A year went by, and the pain did not get any better. So his mother decided to take him to a family doctor. He was diagnosed with a torn meniscus, and 2 years after the injury, he had surgery to repair his so-called permanently damaged knee. The University of Oklahoma refused to pay for the surgery because the university's athletic department claimed Oklahoma student athletes have access to a highly respected and accomplished team of medical doctors. When student athletes choose to seek physicians beyond those that work closely with us, as with the case with Mr. Hardrick, they do so at their own expense and risk. This is where the problem starts. The NCAA does not have a rule regarding college athletes to pay for their athletes' health care. It is up to the school if they wish to do so. Kyle began rehab, hoping to return to the court sometime soon for a newly hired coach, until he realized that his scholarship was dropped in the summer. He transferred to another school, hoping to revive his basketball career, but the pain never got better, and he had 2 more surgeries. He dropped out of college in 2012 and began working on an oil field, as unhappy as can be. The story is a prime example of why college athletes need to be paid. The first solution that would be considered is to issue universal stipends and pay a universal basic income. This ensures that every college athlete would be paid on an equal playing field. College is a tough time financially, and being that most college student athletes are close to broke, any form of liquid compensation would benefit these athletes tremendously. According to sports economist Victor Matheson at the College of the Holy Cross, we had some athletes from institutions that are making literally millions and millions of dollars saying, yeah, most days a week I go home a little hungry because I don't get enough from my scholarship at school, and of course I don't have any cash otherwise. The time commitment of playing a collegiate sport is unbelievable, so these young adults are already at a disadvantage academically. The only way to make money from a sport is by playing professionally. However, according to NCAA.org, only around 2% of college athletes across the United States of America end up going pro. With very slight chances of most college athletes eventually making money from their play, the countless hours that they put into a sport takes away from fulfilling their opportunities as a student, putting them at a major disadvantage to make money after school without sports. Paying these athletes would also allow them to begin to establish a sense of financial awareness. According to Chris Dudley, Senior Wealth Advisor and Director of Sports and Entertainment at Boston Private Wealth, an estimated 60% of former NBA players go broke within 5 years of departing the league. By no means are these financial problems confined to the NBA. A reported 78% of former NFL players have gone bankrupt or under financial stress just 2 years after retirement. Whether or not these athletes end up going on to play professionally or not, teaching them how to be responsible with their finances at a younger age can ultimately lead to a much happier and comfortable life after college. Former coach and NCAA critic John Shoup said, "The coaches are making millions of dollars, and they're coaching players whose parents live below the poverty line. If you're a reasonable person, it's insane to build a $150 million recruiting facility, pay your head coach $10 million, the rest of your staff $20 million cumulative, but then say there's enough money to help the players. The NCAA needs to stop acting like a monopoly and begin strengthening a relationship with athletes if they want to keep bringing in the money that they bring in. This solution that would benefit college athletes financially is by the distribution of money that is donated to the school's athletic department. A portion of the money that is being donated to schools by fans and alumni, which often range in the hundreds of millions of dollars, should go to the athletes themselves, considering universities would not have this money if it weren't for the athletes. For example, Perry Jones, a former basketball player at Baylor University, was suspended for 6 games after his mother took a $4,500 loan from his former AAU coach. In Perry Jones' senior year of high school, he was homeless. His family's home went under foreclosure because his mother was flooded with medical bills because of a severe heart condition and ultimately could not afford to pay their mortgage. The family lived in hotel rooms until they eventually ran out of money, which resulted in Perry's mother reaching out to his former coach for three $1,195 monthly payments to put towards the mortgage, as an attempt to get her family away from living on the streets. Jones said, "Basically, I got suspended because we were struggling, and my mom didn't want us to live on the streets. We were down to nothing, and someone helped us out. I always ask people, if you were in that situation, you didn't have a place to stay, would you ask someone you know since the 6th grade for a little help?" Everyone knows they would. The fact that the NCAA punished Perry Jones for a family problem and not anything related to the school or sports is absolutely ridiculous. Therefore, players should be paid so these NCAA violations could ultimately be allowed, and student athletes like Perry Jones would not be punished for his mother's attempts to improve the lives of his family. The NCAA is a billion-dollar industry. However, the people that generate most of its revenue, college athletes, are not receiving a single dollar for their play. This is a huge problem, and it needs to be fixed now. These college athletes need to be rewarded for what they do for their schools, the NCAA, as well as the United States of America. Thank you.